Okay, so Winterlong is the story of a father and son, and the father is a poacher who lives on his own, and his estranged son is left on his doorstep one winter, and it's the story of how they get together and make out for one winter, and stuff happens. Fortunately, because it's a film, so it's good. Well, the inspiration is the actor himself, Francis McGee, who couldn't be here, which is a shame. But the inspiration is very much Francis. It was written, I wrote the film for these actors, and I really wanted to sort of make a film that was hopeful and optimistic, and not something that was grim and hard work for the audience. So it was really important to me that, that the father was, was multi-dimensional and had lots to his character that just wasn't one note, that sort of developed, and that the relationship between the father and son really took off and became something else. So I tried to sort of slightly put the audience on the back foot, really, because it starts off and it looks as if it could be quite a grim, hard story, and then it opens out once the other characters comes in. When Carole enters the story, it just opens out into something else, and that was really important to me.
Yeah, it was never really, we didn't really go, oh, we have to work together. It was kind of just over time. I knew he had the script for a while, and it always going to be like, oh, there's a son. I'm a son. This works in my favour. And he was always kind of just like, we'll see. Until eventually he caved. And yeah, we kind of worked together. It was a strange experience. It was a really strange experience because one part, it's my dad, so it was nice to have that. I was sort of very comfortable around him. Like, he could say, that was terrible, that was good, it was nice to have that and to have that kind of familiarity. But then he was also a completely different person. There was dad and there was director. I found it tough at the time, but looking back at it, I wouldn't want it any other way, really, with any other man.
I do. I mean, it was an amazing experience to be with Harper. He was around, obviously, when I was writing the thing, and I never really thought that it would be Harper in the film. And it just turned out Harper was sort of doing some drama things that I saw him do at school, and he was just really good. And it just made sense. And also, he was very affordable. and
my
very
main quality.
It was very affordable and very good, And so I'm immensely proud of what he achieved. But he was surrounded by some excellent people and actors, and who really looked after him. But it was a tough experience for me as a father and as a director, because for me this is my film, and this is my one chance to sort of to get this right. And so I was hard on him. I was really hard on him.
If I ruined it, that'd be it. Oh my God.
Well, like David said, and like he told me, I don't know if it's totally true, but I think he wrote it for me. The character having my name and my nationality. So that was the first reason for the character to be Belgian, is you had to explain that accent that I have. And I think that a different nationality definitely brings something else. There's a different flair, a different culture, there's a different language. And when you're in a relationship where things are really tough, and having this totally different point of view that comes from a different culture, but also from the female perspective and the younger perspective, and this artist that comes into this life and sees what the potential that between the father and the son. So I think, the fact that it was Belgian, the character became Belgian, was definitely brought something to the story, I think, aside from just the language, which is always sexy, from what people say. For me, it's just French, whatever.
The film was shot and it was left uncut for quite a while, wasn't it? He came to see me. The producer, who I know for a long time, said, there is this film I really like, and you will see the rush is a nice story, but micro budget, very little money around. The director would like you to help him to edit. And I just thought, he wants me just to supervise the edit. And so he came, showed me the scene when you, and he proposed to you. Oh, yeah. And I really liked what I saw. And also, we found out that we went to film school at the same time in London in the late 80s, had lots of people who we knew. Our taste in films is very similar. It was great afternoon. And then at one point he said to me, I want you to edit my film. And I just said, what? I wasn't expecting this at all. And yes, he sent me the drive, and I set up in my sitting room, and we cut it there. We edited in my home, and on and off. It took a few months, actually, because I was traveling, I was working, but we got on extremely well.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Yes.
We had a great time. And for me, what really worked for me working with Gabriela was she had the same motto, which was tell the story. And that was the key, really, to making the film snap into place in the editing, was telling the story. And I lost a lot of my favourite scenes, and shots disappeared and things, But I was happy to do that because I felt that, that Gabriela really understood, what I was looking for in telling the story. And it was the same with, other members of the crew as well. We didn't have a great deal of money. And the thing for me was, it's kind of a creative exchange, like a gift, was the best that I could offer, because I couldn't offer a great deal of money. But it was the opportunity to make something together and to collaborate. And I'm really immensely proud of what we've achieved. With, I feel like because we're in competition, we're like the underdogs. Because everybody else's film is so much more expensive, and they have bigger names and bigger this, but we have a bigger story with a bigger heart. So I'm really so pleased.
Oh my God! Oh my God! It's amazing. Oh, where to begin? I only got here yesterday. It's beautiful. The place is amazing. The hotels are amazing. The people are amazing. I mean, every audience that come out of the cinema just looks so happy. Just at any film they see, it's so nice to see an audience that love cinema as much as we love making it.
So many people. So many people. All the theaters are packed for every showing. Amazing. It's really incredible.
When they're laughing more than in England.
Yeah. The film is played so well here with the French audience, and it's really interesting to see. Because there's a thing about the Belgium thing and about France, and because the story ends in France, and it's just really lovely to see that slant of the story kind of take off in a different way with the French audience, and they really are, the audiences are so welcoming and lovely, and I just want to be here forever and ever. And just
please, someone put me in a room. I'm fine.
Yeah, the water needs to be a bit hotter than is available at the moment.
I like my tea green. With a splash of milk and a lot of sugar. Like a good 3 teaspoons of sugar.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I know it's a bad life to live, but...
You said a little splash of tea?
A little splash of milk. Milk.
Oh, milk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lots of tea, a little bit of milk, lots of sugar.